Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here with a review of the Omnitrix Shuffle from Ben 10 Omniverse. So this is a bit of a lost item that was supposed to be released here in the US a while ago as part of the next assortment, but as most of you know, we have not seen Ben 10 toys here in the US. I managed to pluck this off of eBay, I believe it was from the UK. But so anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this. So this Omnitrix here is sort of, we'll get to it more so in the conclusion, but I feel like it's an Omnitrix with an identity crisis of what it wants to be. It's an Omnitrix that does make use of these little minifigures in a very similar way to the Alien Force Omnitrix, which I recently re-reviewed. With this, you only get this singular Big Chill figure you can see here. It is done up in green and it stands on a part of the Omnitrix symbol here. And like as you can see, it's in a green translucent plastic, sort of like the more complete edition Alien Force ones were. And it is in the Alien Force redesign because you can see that it's more of the larger, bulky version of it. But so yeah, you get just that one, kind of like you just got Swamp Fire with the other Alien Force Omnitrix. Look-wise, this is pretty much standard. The color and I won't say details on it because it's not really detailed, but the coloring on it is very well done. It's very show accurate. The greens and the whites are all very bright. They look kind of like they just came off the show. The black looks fine. It all looks very show accurate, as you can see. And there's not really too much of a problem with it. Like all the other ones, it does have quite a bit of bulk to it, so it's definitely not accurate in that department. But it's a fairly decently accurate looking Omnitrix for a shelf piece there. I think it doesn't look half bad. But I still really wish we could get thin ones. I believe at Toy Fair we saw like this thin one that was almost just like a prop, not like a replica, but it just looked more normal. Who knows if we'll ever see it, but still this is a pretty solid just display piece one because it can just sit there. It looks show accurate. I really don't have too many problems with how it looks. Alright, so for the sounds, to turn it on, you just, turn the on switch here. It'll make activation noises. And then you'll press this button and this will flap up and the little Omnitrix thing will pop out. Now we'll see if that actually happens, because I have to usually force it, because for whatever reason this little piece sticks for me, so I'm not sure why. So that does slide up in a pretty accurate fashion, because in the show it sort of slides here and then the little panel will be here at the bottom depending on what he's doing. But so yeah, that's pretty neat that it actually like show accurately slides up. So now this thing has a couple of different sound things. First of all, because I feel like I'm going to forget it, you can turn this little dial here and it'll make clicking noises. And it will essentially trigger its gimmick, but you can turn it to act like you're selecting. But if you can hear all these noises, this is pretty much the first part of its gimmick, which it is a sort of a motion sense one. So when you shake it, it will cycle through a variation of sounds for what I believe is based on each of the 10 aliens that are available in this one. And they do it kind of random. It's not in order, or at least in this mode it's random. It's not in order. It just goes random. You might even get a sound back to back. And the alien voices that are in this Omnitrix are Water Hazard, Upchuck, Spider Monkey, snare-oh, Shock Squatch, Heatblast, Feedback, Diamond Head, Crash Hopper, and obviously Big Chill. So now I'm going to shake this for a few seconds and sort of cycle through the noises as best I can. If I miss one, I apologize, but like I said, they do go randomly, and sometimes it's hard to remember which ones you've heard, so. So that one went back to back. Oh, we missed the Spider Monkey one. This is an easier way to do it. They're spider monkeys. So you basically get the general idea. It just sort of cycles through all those noises. You can shake it, or you can do this, which also triggers it. And that's how that is done. And now when you place the figure on the base, it will activate different noises, or at least the noises for him. So first off, it'll just make sort of generic transformation noises when you place it in there. But just take Big Chill and you snap him in here. He slides very easily. He slides between these two little sort of latches. He slides very easily, and then I have trouble. There we go. So then you place him in there, press the button up. As you heard, it actually has the voice and it says Big Chill. Now when you shake it in this mode, it will now only make this noise. So I'm going to assume that the other figures, whenever you dialed in an alien by putting the figure on it, then it would only make that noise. I guess maybe it's a way for kids to think that they're that alien by having that sound effect. And then you can press it down here, and it'll make the transformation noise with his name. Now for the rest of it, you have to press these buttons in various combinations to get the other aliens, what the Toku community would call hacking. But so let's go over it. I think I should be able to get them all. I forget the order of certain ones, so let's just do it. It's pretty easy. You have to press it up to do it first. And just hold any one of the buttons, so I'll do this one first. So that was Heatblast. You can see the little lights on there. Speaking of, I don't know if you could see, but it does illuminate the figure when you use it. It's just hard to see because it's so bright in here. So we got Heatblast and Big Chill because of figure, so that's 2 out of 10. Snare-oh, 3 out of 10. Water Hazard, 4 out of 10. Feedback, 5 out of 10. Now I'll press these 2 linked ones. Spider Monkey. I'm going to press the 2 center ones. I don't remember if this one's a dead or not. Crash Hopper, so 7. Now I'll press these 2 together. Shock Squatch, 8. Now maybe these 2. Upchuck, 9. And I believe the last one we need here is Diamond Head, which I do by pressing these. Diamond Head. If I missed any, I apologize. I believe the only truly new sounding ones, or at least that I don't hear as often, are like Water Hazard and snare-oh and the new Heatblast. The rest of the ones, such as Spider Monkey, and I believe Big Chill. Big Chill sounds a little deeper, but this particular Spider Monkey, you can hear it. What was I going for? Oh yeah, it sounds the same as the Alien Force one. That's Crash Hopper. So yeah, the Spider Monkey one there, as you could hear, it sounds pretty much identical to the Alien Force one. But so yeah, some of them are recycled, some of them are new. It is neat after the disappointment was the last Omnitrix. I don't remember which one it was, but it was kind of a disappointment. It just sort of had regular sound effects. It's nice to have one with voices again. And in particular, it's nice to have one with unique voices. I mean, we haven't really gotten one with Diamond Head or Heatblast. And snare-oh is definitely a new one since he was actually most recently named. And I think Water Hazard might have been in the Alien Force, Ultimate Alien one, but still it's sort of a nice new one. So we got kind of a good combo of ones we've heard before between the Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, and Omniverse Omnitrixes, and a couple new ones. And it's kind of an interesting little mix match of aliens. But overall, this is a fairly fun little Omnitrix that I feel like just can't figure out what it wants to be. Like I said, the alien voice sounds are really neat in it. They're nice and clear. I always appreciate those particular sound effects, and I like that we have a different variety of them than what's usual. But I feel like between the motion sensing gimmick and the figures and voice gimmick, it just can't figure out what type of Omnitrix it wants to be. Now, I believe the rest of these little figures were to come with other figures in the wave that were supposed to come out, so you would put them on there, and then, you know, you would shake it and it would make the noise designated to that alien. And I get it in a way, but I feel like it should have picked maybe one thing. I'm not sure. It just feels like a little bit of kind of an identity crisis of an Omnitrix, but still an okay little Omnitrix. I still wish we could sort of combine all the features I like from the Omniverse Omnitrixes to create one really awesome one. But that about wraps it up. Until next time, make sure you check out the Crazy Podcast at writersrangesrambles.com, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, it's Dawson Ryder, signing out.